Hey, this is Jody with weldingtipsandtricks.com. Today we are going to try to remove a broken stud. Everybody's seen one of these before. It's a broken off stud and an exhaust manifold, and the stud's been drilled out, and now there's a broken off easy out in the stud. So what we're going to do first is going to try to puddle that easy out and add some rod to it and build it up where we can grab it with some channel locks or vice grips or something. I'm going to use 309 wire because the easy out is going to be super high carbon and will be really brittle if I just use mild steel to build it up with. So that's what we're doing. I'm going to puddle that easy out first and try to remove it. And if that doesn't work, I'll punt and do something else. You can see some funk, little halo around that wire because there's all kinds of penetrating oil been put in here and everything. But first thing is just to get a drop of that 309 added on that easy out, and then just let it soak. Don't be in any hurry to add more rod. Just kind of let the heat get in there a little bit. Wash it around a little bit where you can get a good base, and then just build it up. And this is where you really need a foot pedal. This would be tough to do without an amperage control. It would even be pretty tough to do with a finger control because you move that arc around a little bit. You move that tungsten and tip around, even though you don't try to with a finger control. That's why I like foot pedals. Get a little bit more control. All right, now I'm going to add a little mushroom head on it, let it cool for just a second, and then come around and round and round here, build a little pumpkin ball on there. Something to grab hold of with some vice grips. Sometimes one shot like this and it just comes right out. That's the nature of removing broken studs and broken bolts. They're not all the same. Some of them come right out. Some of them are tough nuts. All right, so that's a pretty good little place that I can grab with some pliers or whatever. So I'm going to give it a little test run here with some MIG pliers, and got a little give in it, but it's going to be tough, I can tell. So I put some channel locks on it, and guess what? Broke off again. Now I'm just going to tie it all together. I'm going to weld that easy out again, and I'm going to tie it weld it to the stud. I'm going to take my time and let that heat just kind of penetrate and soak. Try to get down in there, push the heat down into that stud a little bit, and hopefully it'll break it loose. I got to be careful not to get over on the cast iron. Definitely don't want to weld the stud to the cast iron. That'd be a problem. I can see that even that rust, was trying to melt over there, and that tells me I got to get out and get away from there. So again, just letting that heat get down in there and then start building it up. Build it high enough. Add enough rod, build it straight up to where I can get something like this on it. Now a smaller nut would be better. This is all I had, so it's a little sloppy, but I'm going to throw it away when I'm done anyway, so that's not too big to fill up. I'll speed it up here a little bit because it took quite a while adding all that filler metal. I get it all tied in nice and hot, and then I'm going to let it cool a little while. Hopefully that heat will transfer down in there and break loose. Put a little more penetrating oil on there after it cooled a good while, and it gives a little bit, but it's going to need some more heat, so put a little smoke wrench heat on it here. Trying to stay away from the nut that I welded on there and just heat all around it, just almost to where it starts to turn pink, and that's about it. And I want to try it before I put any more heat on it, and that's enough. That's all it took, so that broke loose. And I'm happy. Sometimes you got to really fight with these things. A few more turns and that'll be out of there. We'll be home free, hopefully. Doesn't feel like it galled at anything too bad. And that's it. It's going in the scrapper, and the threads don't look too bad. Run a tap through there and it'll be good as new. Maybe. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Visit weldingtipsandtricks.com.